Are we live yet? Well, okay, there we go. Oh, look at me on TV. Oh wow. Good morning. God bless you and thank you all for coming out to this afternoon's wow. We're going to be blessed this this morning um, from the CEO of Golden Gate Funeral Home in the person of John Beckworth. And he's accompanied with Charlotte Beckworth. Amen. We're going to be blessed, and he's going to go over some personal planning guides, and I'm just going to turn it over to him, and he's going to come in his own way. All right. Mm-hmm.
Want this phone back? Hello, everybody. Can y'all hear me back there? Wave at me way back there. In the back left corner. All right, I'm good over there. I'm good over here. Y'all, can I get a big favor and bring everybody together? May I? If y'all don't mind, I'm not going to make the ladies move. I'll let them come to y'all. Is that all right? It's not that many of us. We just want to be intimate. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Now, Pastor, where Pastor go? I got his phone. I got his passwords, y'all. We're going to see what happened up here. Steal some of his information. All right. I think we got everybody. Now, does everyone have your cell phone with you? Normally at church, they tell you to turn it off. I'm going to tell you to turn it on. Turn it on for me. Turn it on for me. And then we're going to go to GoldenGateFuneralHome.com. I'm going to ask you to turn it on and go to GoldenGateFuneralHome.com. All right, for those I have not met, I'm John Beckwood Jr. As Pastor said, I'm the owner and Chief Executive Officer of Golden Gate Funeral Home, second generation owner. My father started the business 45 years ago back in Waxahachie, Texas. Been with him ever since. I've been blessed today to have with me my social media person. Say hello, Haley. Y'all, this is Haley. She's the one who puts you on TikTok and Instagram and all those things I don't know anything about. And then also I have with me my sister, Charlotte Beckwood. Say hello, Charlotte. Charlotte is a licensed funeral director as well as our pre-need agent and insurance agent for the funeral home. So I'm just here to try to bless us today. Hopefully God have something for you. Does everybody still have your phones? Wave at me if you have those phones. You know how you do in the concert. Wave the concert at me. All right. Got that GoldenGateFuneralHome.com up? All right, I'm going to go with you. I'm going to go with you on mine, too. Let me see here. Let me go to GoldenGateFuneralHome.com. All one word. GoldenGateFuneralHome.com. Let's go. All right, I got my 5G working over here, y'all. Now, there's 3 little dots to the right. Y'all see that over there? 3 little dots. And those 3 dots to your right give you a list of things you can choose from to go to. It gives you the menu. And the 4th from the bottom of that menu is Plan Online. Everybody see those little 3 dots? And we're going to walk around. We're going to help you. So you go to GateFuneralHome.com. There's 3 lines to your right. Y'all like me now. Y'all old school. Y'all didn't grow up with a phone in your hand. Pulling out our phones. We pulling out our, going to GoldenGateFuneralHome.com. We pushing those 3 lines over to our right. And it gives you a list. At the top, it says like About Us. I'm going to bring you all the way down where it say Plan Online. 1, 2, it's like 4 from the bottom. That's me. Let me see. No, you're going to go to GoldenGateFuneralHome.com. And then you're going to go to, y'all see those 3 dots over there? All right, good. And then you're going to push the one that say Plan Online. It's going to come up. It's going to look like this. It's going to say, how can we help? It's going to say, how can we help? Y'all see that? How can we help? And what it does, it gives you an opportunity, and it asks you two questions. It'll say, has death occurred? And then next to it, it'll say planning ahead. I just want everybody to be able to go to that. It gives you an opportunity that you can make funeral arrangements before someone ever passes away. Complete funeral arrangements. All right. So everybody got it, right? You got it? You got it? I'm going to let you put them down in a second. I just want y'all to be able to go to it. Yeah, when you hit the three dots, and it's going to give you a menu, and you go all the way to the bottom, and the fourth up from the bottom, it says, you see that? Plan ahead. Plan now. See that? Okay. I just want everybody to have access to be able to choose your own funeral. Now, once you're there, you can put your phones down, and I'm just going to talk to you for a little while. You good? You don't have, I just want to make sure you be able to get to GoldenGateFuneralHome.com whenever you're ready. Now, if you all like me, who didn't grow up with a phone? I'm old, y'all. I'm old. So I didn't get a phone until I got out of college, and I didn't get a computer till I got out of college. So if you're like me, I brought Charlotte Beckwith for you. Now, Charlotte Beckwith is going to be that computer for you. She can do all that plan online for you in person. So you don't have to do it over a phone. So it's a few things I want to go over with you today. I'm just going to go over 7 things, and I promise I won't be very long at all. Number 1 is pre-planning a funeral. Does anyone have any idea what a pre-planning funeral is? Y'all done heard that before, huh? I'm glad to hear that. So number 1, no one should be in here without your wishes in writing. No one. Does everyone have your wishes in writing? You don't have to have that with a funeral home, but you do have to get that to the person that's going to be making decisions when you pass away. So everyone here has that already? Great. So you got your wishes in writing. Now I say wishes in writing. Do you want to be cremated? Do you want to be buried? Those are the types of things we need in writing. Now we have to get down to the details. What color casket am I going to put you in? Do you want it open all the way? Do you want us to view you at the beginning of the service or at the end of the service? Those are the type of things you want to have in writing. Detail. What type of flower do you like? Do you like roses? Do you like carnations? Whatever those details are, we need that in writing. Not a funeral home. Your loved ones need that in writing. Raise your hand if you ever had to make funeral arrangements. Who made that decision for you? If you went there, you had to make that decision. You had to sit down with a funeral director, person like myself, and pick all these things out, normally within an hour. I mean, within 1 hour, I'm making funeral arrangements for my mother or my child. Y'all, that's too much pressure on anybody. No one should be put in that position. So we all should write that down ourselves so our family is never put in that position. If I tell you to go online and look up GoldenGateFuneralHome.com and I tell you to push a button and I'm going to pull up 300 caskets, wasn't that a little frustrating? That was a little frustrating. Wave at me. Can you imagine if your loved one was deceased and I asked you to do that? I'm already on enough pressure, Undertaker, and here you come wanting me to look through stuff. You want me to figure all these things out. No one should be made to do that. That's why you do it for your family. And I mean into detail. Everybody know what color casket you want? Wave at me if you don't know. 2 people know. Who else knows what color casket you want? Now, does your family know what color casket you want? And does your family know what type of flowers you want? Those are the type of things you want to put in writing. Now, there's 2 ways you can do that. You can write them down. Just write them down on a tablet or whatever. Tell people where to go find it. Or you can go to Golden Gate Funeral Home and actually do it electronic, and we save it for you forever. It does not cost $1 to do that. That's what I really like about it. It costs absolutely nothing. And you may say, well, why would you do that for free? Because it's so much easier for the funeral home when your families come in there and they just say, my mom has already picked out everything. My dad has already picked out everything. And we just go to it. Now, is there anybody here think that's a good idea? Great. So before today is over, you can go online and do it, as we just talked about it. Our Charlotte is going to give you her name, number, everything to write on, and you can do that for your family. Make sure you give that gift to your family. So we're going to pause 1 second. Let's give a hand to our pastor. He made it in. You good? Anything you want to say before we get started? All right, man. We rolling. So that's the number one thing. We're going to put our wishes in writing. You can do electronic on your phone. It'll go to Charlotte. Or she's going to walk up to you and she's going to take it from you and give you that opportunity. She's going to give you a book and all that when it's all over. Either way, you're going to have everything in writing for your family. Now, let me give you something else you can do with it. You can decide how you want to pay for it. You can decide today I want to pay for it. I want to pay for it over a 10-year period of time, 5-year, 3-year. You can say I'm not paying nothing. When I die, they can use my insurance. You can do that. Either way, but don't let that stop you from putting it in writing. Regardless how you're going to pay for it, we need it in writing. Number one, everyone should have a pre-need because a pre-need doesn't cost. You decide how you want to pay for it and when you want to pay for it. Anybody going to use insurance when you pass away? Anybody going? Right, and that's okay. You don't have to pay for your funeral ahead of time. You can wait until you pass away. Why would I pay for it ahead of time anyway? Well, let me help you. If you pay for it now, you pay today's prices. Yeah, I didn't get that. Okay, when the first time you bought a car? My first car was how many years ago? Anybody want to throw a number to me? I'm young. See, I'm going to go about 40, 45 years. Some of y'all going to look at me and say, how long ago when you got your first car? What did cars cost back then? Can you imagine going to get a car now and say, I tell you what, give me the prices they were in the 70s. Y'all, that's how a pre-need work. You get to freeze to days cost. Y'all, why funeral homes do that, I have no idea, and I own one. That was out before I was invented. I said, that is crazy. You tell them, y'all, this is a true story. People will come to me, and my mom sold them a pre-need, and I'd be fighting mad at my mama. You don't understand. My mom died 25 years ago. She owned a funeral home, and she gave pre-needs to people, and she sold like $9.95 funerals. And the people are dying now. And they're walking in and handing me a sheet of paper and say, I want that funeral for $995. And guess what I have to do? Give it to them. I have to. Now, do I want to? No. That same funeral now is like $4,000. I'm hoping nobody pre-need. Let me see. Pastor, what am I hoping? Nobody pay for their funeral. I hope you wait until you pass away and you use your insurance because as a funeral home owner, it benefits us because that price change every year. You can just imagine what a funeral is going to cost 20 years from now. It's going to be unbelievable. So you decide, hey, I want to freeze that cost today or I don't. That's up to you. That was the number one thing. Is everybody going to pre-need? Wave at me if you're going to pre-need. It just makes... and it's free. Number two, y'all ready? Insurance. Who has life insurance? If you're here today, I know you're a responsible person. You're talking to an undertaker. Most people have life insurance. Let me tell you the biggest mistake we make with life insurance. We don't have enough. We just don't have enough. Normally when we purchase life insurance, we think about paying for our funeral with that life insurance. So we have these big policies like $50,000, $100,000 policies. And we walk in the funeral home and say, man, pick out what you want. Got $100,000. We'd be like, good. Because you done gave me about 20 of it. You got about 50 left over. How long is that going to last you? Well, let's talk about it. How much money do you make now a year? Your insurance policy should be 5 times your salary. Wait a minute, that's a lot of money, Mr. Beckwith. Well, think about it. If you die today, how much more money you going to make? 0. Your income stops with you. if I depend on you, I only have 5 more years. After that, I'm going to be on my own. Anybody here got somebody to depend on them? Anybody got children besides me? Y'all got adult children like me? I got adult children that still depend on me. Anybody here got grandkids that still be begging for you? Y'all, listen, what's going to happen when something happened to you? That money is no longer there. If your spouse is dependent on your income, you have to have at least enough money that they're going to be okay for the next 5 years. Where are they going to live in 5 years? Where are they going to drive? What are they going to eat if you don't have enough money for them? So Charlotte is also an insurance agent. Make sure you get at least 5 times the amount of your annual income. Now, if you got enough money, get 10 times. Who loves their family? Everybody, right? And you want to leave them something, right? Yeah, you don't want to leave them with bills. You don't want to make them lose the house. You don't want to make them lose the car or not be able to continue the same lifestyle that they have now. The only way you can do that is life insurance. And unless you got, $1 million in the bank or something like that, most of us don't, right? Okay. Now, who's going to get some life insurance? Who's going to raise their life insurance after the day? I'm going to think about it. I'll see how much I really love them or not. Let me tell you this. When you're looking at life insurance, make sure you can afford it. So we all have a monthly budget, right? I know I do. I live on a monthly budget. I never go outside of that budget. So people will hear me lecture. They'll say, man, I got to go get some insurance. And then they'll get insurance, but they can't afford it. So what we call a lapse insurance is no good to anyone. If I start off paying $100 a month, but I can't continue to pay $100 a month for the next 10 years, I don't need to get that policy. Make sure that amount fit in your budget. So when you go to an insurance agent like Charlotte, what you say to her is, I have $25 a month I can give you. Nothing more. Because after that, I have to decide if I eat, drink, sleep. Make sure you stay within your budget. Because the last thing we want to happen is if you take out an insurance policy and you stop paying on it, you'll lose what you put in it. Are we good? Just wave at me if we're good. I can move you to the next thing. I'm ready. Now, who's the beneficiary of your insurance? Now, I'm saying that out loud, but you don't have to say it out loud. Do y'all know who your beneficiary is? Is your beneficiary still alive? Okay, that's important because, we'll have a mama beneficiary, and what happens? She's still the beneficiary, and mom been gone for 10 years. Or we'll have a spouse that's still the beneficiary after they passed away. If they're deceased beneficiary, you have to take them off the policy. Anyone that's deceased cannot be beneficiary. Y'all ready for who else can't be beneficiary? Exes. Exes in Texas cannot be beneficiary. Did y'all know that? It's a law. Exes in Texas can't be beneficiaries of insurance policy. That's interesting, isn't it? Like, say, who would make their ex? They didn't make them. They just didn't change it when they got a divorce. They just you don't think about that, right? Because you still have children together, right? You'd be like, well, they're going to take care of the children. We still friends. Just because we're not married anymore don't mean we're not friends. They're not going to come take care of business. But you guys, it's illegal for them to be your beneficiary. So they'll walk in there with a policy, hand it to me, and say, we're divorced. And I'll say, okay, you're no longer beneficiary of this policy. It should have been settled in the divorce. So now we got to settle it at the funeral home. Now we got to call the insurance company, see who's the next of kin and who they're going to make the beneficiary now. No exes in Texas. Y'all got that? All right. Get your ex off of there. All right. I know anybody better already? Anybody going to take this information and go help some more people with it? I was listening to the Undertaker. He told me no exes in Texas. No minor beneficiaries. No minors. No exes. No minors. If they're under 18, they cannot contract in the state of Texas. A child cannot come into Golden Gate Funeral Home and pick out a funeral. They can't sign a contract with me, nor can I use their money to bury you with. because they are minors. They cannot give me permission to use their money. You pass away, you left your minor child, grandchild, or beneficiary. We can't use it for your funeral. So you're going to have to put an adult on there that's not an ex that you trust, that's going to do the right thing. You say, well, wait a minute, I want to leave my grandkids some money. I want to leave my kids some money. There are things set up for them. It's called a trust. You set up a trust for minor children. Do not make them beneficiaries of insurance. Everybody better? Yeah, wait a minute. I don't think they like that one, Pastor. Who's better already? Who's going to change after you leave here today? Yeah. Make sure there's no minors, no what else on there? No exes in Texas. Y'all got this thing. Y'all got it. How much money should my insurance policy be? At least 5 times what I'm bringing in. At least. If I'm bringing in $20,000 a year, $100,000. Ooh, that's a lot of money. But more important, what can I afford per month? That's the key. All right, you guys, I'm moving on. Can't hold you long. All right, last will and testament. Who has a last will and testament? Great. Y'all, those are really simple. They're really simple. If you can afford an attorney, go get one. Let those attorneys do those. That's their expertise. That's what they do for a living. If you can't afford one, make sure you put something in writing. Get it notarized. That is very important, and get it witnessed. Now, witnessed by somebody that's not in the last will and testament. If you're leaving me something, I don't need to be the witness. If you make pastor the witness, make somebody outside has nothing to do with it. Because when it comes down to it and somebody started contesting what you wrote, they're going to bring the notary to court. They're going to bring the witness to court. They're going to ask the witness, was she in her right mind when she signed that? Yeah, I didn't know her. She came to me, told me this is what she wanted, and I witnessed it. And then the notary going to say, yeah, she was in her right mind. This is their ID, and they showed it to me, and this is actually their signature. This is not a forgery. Y'all, that will hold up in court. Put it in writing. Get it dated. Get a witness, and then make sure it is notarized. If you can afford an attorney, what do I recommend? Get an attorney. They know how to put those things in place. Why does everyone need a last will and testament? Who thought just rich people needed those things? When I was younger, that's what I thought. I said, well, I need a last will and testament. I don't have nothing but bills. And then I found out people fight folks over chairs, over a suit, over little stuff. You have to write down everything you own. Everything you own. Check this out. And everything you owe has to be in your last will and testament. Let me say that again. Because most people think last will and testaments are just things that's going to go to other folks. Most people still owe folks. And guess who has the first right to your inheritance? Not your children, not your spouse. It's the people you owe. They have first dibs on your money and your property. You can't give your house to somebody and you owe somebody else. That person you owe gets it first. All right, I like the looks on your face. If you owe me, I am going to put a claim on your estate. And I have first dibs at your money and your property. So when you do a last will and testament, you write down everything you own and everything you owe. So your family is not shocked when something happens to you. Does that help anybody? Now who tells me who needs the last will and testament? Everybody, because everybody owns something, and everybody owe somebody, and I need you to tell me what to do with these people. Tell me to give this to whoever, and tell me to pay these people with that. Sell the house, pay these people. Sell the car, do this. Just tell me what to do in your last will and testament. Anybody better already? Y'all, we have too many fights at funerals. Too many arguments at arrangements. That's unnecessary if everything is put in So you walk in there, you say, wait a minute, I talked to the undertaker. Listen, this is all my wishes right here in writing. This is my last will and testament. Yeah, there's no argument about that because you can't argue with a dead person. I didn't hear that, did you? I'm just saying. I'm not arguing with you. Mama wrote this. I'm not arguing with you. Daddy made this decision, not me. So you can't argue with them. So everybody going to get the last will and testament? Who's getting what? And who you owe. All right, let me give you another one. Y'all ready for another one? Living will. Anybody ever heard of living will before? What happens if you have a heart attack and you can't speak for yourself? What happens if you have a stroke? Can't speak for yourself. You're in a car accident, whatever. You just can't speak for yourself anymore. What do you want me to do with you? As a child, as a caretaker, what do you want me to do? Who wants to go to a nursing home? Nobody want to go to a nursing home? All these nursing homes out here, y'all think they're going to have some people in it? They're going to have people in it that don't have living wills. Most people in a nursing home didn't want to go there. It wasn't their wish to go there. But they had nothing in writing to tell us what to do with you. Oh, yeah. Let me turn this out. Y'all listen, most people in the nursing home didn't want to be there. But they didn't have anything in writing to tell us what to do with them. Most people don't want to go to a nursing home. You have to have that in writing. And you're going to have to back up what you want. Y'all ready? Disability insurance. Now, as a young lady came and spoke last time I was here, she's a member of your church? Okay, yeah, we need to make sure you get that. That is very important. If something happens to you, if you want to be at home, you know there's going to be caretakers. If you want to be at home, there's going to be somebody that's going to take care of you. And who knows that your family can't quit their job to come take care of you. When I grew up, they used to tell us, be nice to your kids. Anybody ever heard that before? Because you get older, y'all remember Shirley Caesar wrote a whole song about it. When you get older, you don't want them to put you you want them to bring you into their house and take care of you. But y'all, they have to go to work. They have to pay the bills, and there's got to be somebody else at that house besides the kids to take care of you. They can't put their life on hold to come take care of you. So that's where that insurance come into place. Was that good news? It's good news to know it before you need it. It's only bad news if you need it and don't have it. Dying is not that bad because you die, where you going? Heaven. Y'all already know that because y'all remember the community. I mean, come on, you not know Pastor and guy. I know he get up and sung about it. He preached about it. Y'all good. Dying is not that bad. Let me just tell y'all, dying is not bad. We good on dying, y'all. What scares me, I'm going to have a stroke here myself. I'm going to have a heart attack. I'm not going to be able to take. And then what happens to me? Where do I go? Do I really trust my kids to take care of me? Anybody want to raise your hand on that? I'm like this, yeah. I'm like, no, not really. So I need to make sure something's in place. What is that called, you guys? A living will. Put it in writing what you want and make sure the money is there. Who knows we got an interest in administration right now? And what they're trying to cut out, if you don't know, is Medicare and Medicaid. So when you go to a nursing home, you cannot have any money. Who knows that? They only take you if you got rid of all your assets. This is crazy, y'all. You can't even have an insurance. You cannot have an insurance policy and Medicare and Medicaid pay for your nursing home. You can't even have one. You can't own a house. You can't. Y'all, they take all your money. Now, who wants to live like that? The only thing you can have in a nursing home is a pre-need. You can come pay for your funeral ahead of time. You can use your money to do that. But other than that, if your money is not in a pre-need, they have a right to take your money first before Medicare or Medicaid kick in. Sad situation. You can't have any assets inside a nursing home. But if I have a living will, a disability insurance, and I'm not banking on Medicare or Medicaid to pay for my facility, I can still keep my things. Was that good news for anybody? If nothing else, now we know better, right? And when we know better, we're going to what? We're going to do better. All right, y'all, just a couple more things. I'm going to let you go. Who is the beneficiary on all your bank accounts? Who is the beneficiary? Now, don't get that mixed up with who's on the account with you. So most of us have joint accounts because we're married. So my wife and I have a joint account. Her name is on it. My name is on it. She can walk in there and get what she wants whenever she wants. She can check, see what I'm doing, what I'm not doing, and vice versa. We are joint account holders. What if something happens to both of us together? Good possibility. We live in the same house. We're in the same car. We get on the same plane. Who's the beneficiary of the account? Every account need a beneficiary. Even if you have a joint person, you need a beneficiary. Remember, if it's joint, you both own it equally. The beneficiary will not get a dime if you pass away and there's a joint holder, because both have to pass away. But if the holder of the account passes away and you don't have a beneficiary, it becomes a part of your estate. Who would I say get paid first on estate? The people you owe. Did you know that? The people you owe can get the money out your bank and your family can't. If you pass away without a beneficiary and the bank find out, boom, froze. Sound familiar, Pastor? Freeze it. Gonna tell you to go get an attorney, go probate your estate. Let's see who you owe first, and then what's left over, we'll give it to your family. Check this out. Today, free of charge, put a beneficiary on there. It never goes to your estate. Your beneficiary gets it before any debt collectors get it. Isn't that nice? So today, we're going to make sure we have what on every account? A beneficiary. Even if I have a joint account, we need to decide together who we're going to leave as the beneficiary on that account. Two things debt collectors cannot have. They cannot have my account if I have a beneficiary, and they cannot have my insurance policy if I have a beneficiary. What's the best way to leave an inheritance? Insurance. If I leave it in the bank without a beneficiary, the debt collectors get it first. But if I put it in a policy or if I make them beneficiary, they get it. All they have to do is walk in there with a death certificate. Before my estate is ever probated, they just walk in there and get it. Now, who can be beneficiary of your bank account? Anybody you want. They don't have to be kin to you, just somebody you trust. You can make your pastor the beneficiary of your account. Yeah. Now, let me tell you why I say that. He cannot look in your account as a beneficiary. He can never know how much is in it. He can't go write a check on it. He can't show up and say, yeah, I'm the beneficiary. Let me take a look at this. Nope. When they're dead, you can look at it. But a beneficiary, a beneficiary has no access to any of your information. Even with an insurance policy, if you make me beneficiary, you still own the policy. You're the policy owner. I'm just the beneficiary if you pass away. And the reason we keep you as the owner, because I might make you mad and you get to do what? Change it. You can change it anytime. I own the policy. I can change who my beneficiary is. I own this bank account. My son do something crazy, I disown him and take him off. I'm on one? Okay. Anybody better? I'm going to go back over, make sure we don't miss nothing. Who's going to have a pre-need at the end of the day? Everybody. Do you have to pay for it? No, it's free. Your family going to have to come and go to the gate and figure out what you want? No, you're going to have all that written out for them. You can pay for it any way you want to. You can use that insurance policy when you pass away. You can pay for it now. You can pay for it over the years. It's up to you. And how much insurance should you have? At least 5 times yourself. At least let me hang around about 5 years before I replace you. I know it's until death do your part. But anyway, let me move. All right, y'all. What about the last will and testament? Who gets the money first? The people you owe. Unless I have a beneficiary and they get to go. Who's going to be fighting over my stuff? Nobody. Because I'm going to decide what they get. Y'all, even a suit I'm wearing, is designated to a person. In my last will and testament, it says all my clothes go to. They won't even get to fight over a pair of shoes in my house, because my last will and testament tell you who to give the shoes to. It tells you who to give. Everything I owe, it's going to tell you who to give it to. Never fight, never fuss, and never. Only person they can be mad at is who? Me. And I'm in heaven. You know, I'm not going to care they mad at me, real. Now, if I don't die, if I just had that heart attack, if I just had that stroke, what they going to pop out? Living will, and the living will is going to speak for me. Yeah, I don't mind going to a nursing home or living. I just tell you that for me personally. I don't want my kids taking care of me. I just don't want that. I don't want to live in their house. I don't even like them enough to be in their house. Stay in my own house. Or I'm going, put me somewhere. But who's paying for it? I'm paying for it. It's my insurance that's going to pay for it. And then, y'all, who's the beneficiary of my bank accounts? Somebody I trust. Somebody I trust. Who's the beneficiary of my insurance? Somebody I trust. Is they're going to do what I asked them to do. Make sure somebody is on there. Who's not? My ex, not my children under 18, my grandkids. No young kids are beneficiaries of anything. I got another one for you. Y'all ready for another one? I'm like the Baptist preacher. I'm closing. Right of disposition. Right of disposition. This is a big one. It's free. I have the paper at the funeral home. One sheet of paper decides who's going to handle your body when you pass away. You say, wait a minute, that's already decided. Yeah, the state decide for you. Who's the number one person right of disposition in the state of Texas? Spouse. Spouse. If you don't get a divorce, your spouse is in charge of your body when you die. State of Texas, you don't have to go before a pastor to be married. Who knows that? Shacking is legal in Texas. We call it common law. It's just as legal. It's just as legal. This is important. It's just as legal. It's just as legal as if you went down there and got a license. The state of Texas common law is the law. Talk to your young kids. Tell them, you over here spending the night? Mess around, die here. Medical examiner going to say, who are you? She going to say, I'm the wife. And guess what she going to be? The wife, because he ain't there to argue the point. That's big in the state of Texas. Common law is huge. Who has control over your body when you die? Your spouse. Who's number two? Adult children. Adult children. This is interesting. They're all equal next of kin. Wait a minute. I got 5 kids and they're all equal next of kin? They don't all think alike. Some went to college, some didn't. Some graduated, some crazy. And they're all equal? Yeah, they're all equal. They're all equal. Wait a minute, this is the oldest child. I'm the oldest child. I don't mean nothing. 18 and up, all equal. You talking about fussing and fighting. That's too many opinions in one place. All equal next of kin in the state of Texas. Too much, huh? Who comes after adult children? Anybody? Grandchildren? Man, did you know they're all equal? All those kids equal. What about your sisters and brothers? They all equal, y'all. They all equal next of kins. That's too many folks. One sheet of paper is called a what? Right of disposition. Don't let this week pass without putting somebody in charge of your body. One person. Who's married? Nobody here married? I'm on a prayer person. One person? Okay, good. That's good. I know who I'm talking to now. Pastor, you going to tell it on? Okay. All right, listen. If you're not married, this is huge. Who's going to take care of you when you pass away? Who's going to take care of you? Who's the beneficiary of the policy? That person, you're going to come by Golden Gate Funeral Home. You're going to get this sheet from me called Right of Disposition. We're going to put their name on it. We're going to notarize it for you for free. And if you want to write out your last will and tell, we're going to notarize that for you free too. But we're going to decide who's going to handle your funeral. One person in charge. Whose children are going to take care of their funeral? Wave at me if your children are going to be in charge. Right, you already know that, right? So pick one. Pick how many? One. Check this out, y'all. Don't tell them. No, I'm serious. Don't tell them. Don't tell them. Don't tell them. You know, they get mad when you come out, you know. One is the favorite. But you know, you like me, you got one. But I don't tell them. Let me say it one more time. I'm the only one set up here thinking I got a favorite. I got one that takes care of business, y'all. And I got some that won't what? They ain't never took care of business. I wouldn't trust them with my money. Because they going to do what with it? They going to blow it. They actually need their older sister or whoever to take care of them. They can't be equal. If I made y'all equal, it's going to be a mess. I'm choosing how many? One. But I'm not going to tell them. Because the only way that one child is going to pop out that trump card is if they start acting up. That one child going to make them think they all what? Equal. Until they step out of. Anybody play spades? Oh, I'm sorry. Does that You know how we save it for last? If you got the hot joker, you save it for what? I'm telling you, that pale, when you say I'm in charge, you save that for last. You may not ever have to use it. But if I do, I got it. Anybody have children? If something happened to them, you're going to have to make the arrangements? Yeah, I have children. I'm going to have to make their arrangements. If I pray that, you know, that they bury me, but it's a good possibility I might have to bury one of them. And if I do, I'm going to have to make arrangements. It's crazy. They'll get married. Their husband think he in charge. He ain't got a dime. My money, my funeral home. What are you running in there, y'all? Everything if I don't have a right of disposition. He could take my daughter to another funeral home. Because I'm not in charge. I may have the money, I may own a funeral home, but he's the next of kin. Still ain't got it. Let me bring it home. I'm about to hoop now, y'all. If you kill your spouse, y'all ready? You're still the next of kin until you're convicted. If you kill your spouse, I would have to get a release form signed. I go to the jail. Done it way too many times. Walk in the cell with the murderer. And I say, sign this so I can go pick up your wife. And he killed her. Because he's still the next of kin. Until he gets convicted of it, he's just charged with it. Now, who needs to write a disposition now? And remember, you don't have to use it. They don't even need to know it exists. Until what? Until I have to use it. Now, how often does family violence happen? We have like our own court in Dallas County just for violence. Well, we got like 2 courts now just for family violence. This happens all the time. Happens all the time. And we think because we're their parents that we get to control them, right? So this is my favorite story, and I always say this is a true story. Y'all ready for this true story? Young man passes away, and he has a beautiful mother and a beautiful wife, but he's at his girlfriend's house. Yeah, she had more than one boyfriend. Can you believe it? So he goes over there, and the other boyfriend kills him. I go pick up the body, bring it back to my funeral home, call the wife, what you want me to do with your husband? She say, let him rot. No, it's a true story. What did she tell me? Let him rot. And he should be rotting. That's what she told me. Let him what? His mama showed up, said, John, I ain't gonna do that to my baby. I got this. She couldn't do anything. She had to go to court, and it took her a year. No, we wasn't gonna let her. She just told me, let him. This is a true story, y'all. I can't make this up. You better come on, y'all. Write a disposition on your children. Say, listen, I'm not gonna put rank on your husband. I'm not gonna put rank on your wife. But if something happens, I need to be able to handle this without an issue. Who should have a right disposition, y'all? Everybody. Do I need to make my spouse the right of disposition? Yes. If that's who you want to handle your thing. Y'all, we got a list. You can put them in order. Spouse first, and you start putting them in order. Sometimes we'll have spouses come in there, you guys, and the mom or daddy be beneficiary of the insurance. And mom and daddy will pull rank on the spouse. They never liked you. She should have never married you. And if you don't do what I say, you can't use my insurance. Those type of things. That happens all the time. We just don't want that to happen with you or your family. So everybody's going to have a what? All right. Just like a Baptist preacher, he got something else to say. All right. This, I promise, this is number 7. This is number 7. Letter of last instructions. Letter of last instructions. Letter of last instructions. And this is really simple. What is the passcode to your phone? Can you get that to me real fast? Come on, shoot it to me. No? Okay, all right. Now, the bottom line is that we don't know. We don't know it, but all your contacts is in there. If you passed away, I can't even call all your friends and tell them you passed away because I can't get in your phone. Where do you bank at? I'm the beneficiary of your bank account, but I don't even know it. I don't know where it is. I don't know the banking number. I don't know the routing number. I need a letter from you telling me where everything is. My wife takes my clothes to the cleaners. Y'all, this is a true story. I don't know the name of the cleaners. Isn't that weird? I don't never go. I ain't picking them up. I ain't dropping them off. I hope she got a letter what? Last instructions telling me where my clothes are because they ain't going to have a suit to wear to her funeral. But I'm telling you, you have to have a letter telling us where everything is. You ever seen somebody tear up a house looking for stuff? And you be like, why didn't you just tell us where it was? Y'all seen the movie with mom in there? They done dug up the whole house and they found the money at the bottom with the uncle. I don't want to see that. But anyway, y'all listen, don't make me have to look in the mattress, cutting up the mattress, digging up the backyard, because I don't know what you did with stuff. Just put it in writing. Do not put it on pen and paper. Email it to somebody you trust. Who should have the password to your phone? Someone you trust. Everybody shouldn't have it. Who should have the bank account number, the routing number? Somebody who should have the combination to the safe? Somebody I trust. Who should have the key to get in the safe deposit box? But if you don't tell me a safe deposit box exists, we don't know it exists. And guess what it'll just do? Just sit there. There is not a computer that we get to push to see if you have insurance or not. People think just because you have an insurance policy, we all know about it. We don't. You have to tell us you have to tell us who it's with. You got to give us a policy number. And you know how many people pass away in the family say, I know she got one. I know he got one. I just don't know who it's with. Is there any way you can find out? Like, I don't know how to find out. There's 1 million insurance companies out here. I can give you a number to the Department of Insurance. Don't do that to your family. Letter of last instructions. Start typing a text up, just telling us where everything is. What's the password? Anybody ever hid something from themselves? I'm the only one that ever done that before. I had to write myself a note sometime. You know what I can't ever remember is passwords. Anybody remember passwords? I think people forget them so much, now you can push a button and say, forgot password. Y'all see that? Then you have to reset it. Letter of last instruction. Make sure we have all the passwords and everything. Pastor, I'm not sure how much time I have, but I like to answer questions. I love questions. So may I? If not, I'll be, okay. Any questions? Go. And we're going to come back to Charlotte. Common law. Yes, ma'am. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. One of them. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes, the spouse is in charge. Tell them to call me. Let them hear from a different person. I got them. I got you. Yes, sir. Not you. Go ahead. She with me, y'all. She ain't going nowhere. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. Very good question. Living will is I'm yet alive. I'm not deceased yet. I just can't speak for myself. If I pass away, living will goes out the window, and then the last will and testament kicks in, or the trust kicks in. Yes, sir. I hope that answered. Okay, good. It's called a insurable interest in the state of Texas. Do I have an interest in why I should have insurance on you? And that's what I have to prove. I'm not, but I have to take care of your kids if you pass away. I'm not the spouse, but I'm the one who's going to have to bury them if they pass away. If you have an insurable interest, you can take out insurance on a person. Yes, ma'am. They're going to ask you for a couple of things. They're going to ask you for a date of birth, and they're going to ask you like for a social security number, just to make sure you know the person, you're not taking it out on a stranger. Yes, sir. Insurable interest. That's the key. Do I have an interest? Yeah, I'm the grandmama. If that person died, mama ain't going to take care of them. I'm going to have to. You can take some insurance on them. You sure can. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Okay. Very good question. You know, I love military. I did a whole show on it the other day because military people be thinking that the government going to pay for their funeral, and they won't. But they're going to give you a place to be buried if you honorable discharge. But you got to be honorable discharge. And check this out. We got to find you in the system. What do you mean find me in the system? Yeah, they have this one place in St. Louis that takes care of all veterans' burial. One place. And you have to be in their computer system if you don't have a copy of that DD-214. Now, let me give you some good news as a veteran. You can pre-plan that. Don't have to wait till you pass away to get approved for the National Cemetery. I have their number here. I can give it to you. You can go ahead and get approved for yourself, your spouse, and dependent children before you pass away. So when something happens, we're not struggling trying to find your records. People lose DD-214s all the time, and they need time to try to find your records. Sometimes we'll hold a body out 2 or 3 weeks waiting on them to do an investigation to see if that person is eligible or not. But remember, you can do that ahead of time. Very good question. Right. Every day. Right. And y'all, they don't pay it to the funeral home. They will not come to us. It's not something we're going to put towards your funeral bill. Yeah. Now, you can get insurance with the Veterans Administration, but that insurance is policy. Yes, ma'am, I'm ready for the question. Normally, whoever the next of kin is, the next of kin, like if there's a spouse or children. Yes, ma'am. I'm ready. I get excited about those questions. I got a whole show called Ask the Undertaker. Y'all can ask me anything. We good, Pastor? I'm going to let Shala go now. I say I went all the way around. All right, Shala, go ahead and ask your question. Yes. Now, should they be on there? No. You can, y'all, it's crazy. I'll say don't put a minor beneficiary on your insurance, but the person who wrote your policy, I'll put your minor right on there. You'll go to your job and they'll put your kids on there. But they just shouldn't be there. It's not the idea they're going to stop them from being there. But think about they can do nothing with it because they're a minor. We can't contract with them. They can't contract with anybody. They can't go pay your house note. They can't pay for your funeral bill. They're kids. Never have a minor on anything other than a trust, something they're going to receive at a certain age. Got to be an adult that you trust.
Guys, let's bless God for John Beckwith. Oh, you sharp today.
Man, don't act like that, man. I'm getting him hooked up, y'all. So y'all still have your phones out? I want to give you my cell number.
It's a real number,
It's
too.
a real number. I only got one cell. I don't have a work number and a home number.
You might not ever answer, but it's a real cell.
Y'all ready? All right. I know y'all passed the special. 214 317 78 214 317 81. Then I want you to text me now. Just text me your name and let me know where we met.
So just text your name and then put CMBC.
That'll work. I'll remember you and where you're from and vice versa. You got me locked in. Now listen, I know I got about 30 minutes to an hour to speak today. I'll speak to you every day, all day. You can text me anything, anytime. I also serve as Assistant Chief for Dallas County Constable. I've been a peace officer for 31 years. I know a little bit about the law. I've been a funeral director. Y'all, I went to Mortuary College back in 1985. Exactly 40 years. I got you. Text me. If not, I know some good attorneys, good preachers. Fair enough? My brother?
Guys, listen, now, y'all let me tell you, and I mean this with the sincerest of heart. Right up the street is Eternal Rest. On 35, you got Sandra Clark, Laura Land, Golden Gate. You go up Overton, you got Frankie Paradise, Evergreen, and all of those other ones. And if y'all would notice, Golden Gate will do about 80% of the funerals at Community Church, if not more than 80, but a minimum of 80. And it's not because John and I are best friends. It's not because when people go there, he pay me for bringing people there. It's because absolutely every time it's a no-nonsense thing, and they have always given me much better prices than any other funeral home. I don't coerce a family to go anywhere. Never have and never will. If people say we want to go here, I'm going to go right over there and sit right in that office with them and talk to whoever's across that table. But if y'all ask me because of friendship, because of relationship, but more so for you because of price, this would be my recommendation. So it's nothing else other than they have been the fairest funeral home with price when it comes to every other funeral home that we've ever dealt with in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. So that's why you see Golden Gate at Community more than you see absolutely any other funeral home. And I do consider John friend, but it's not the friendship. It's because of how they treat my people when we go. There have been people I won't say anything about. I just sit there. But then there'll be times I call John, I'm on my way. They don't have nothing, and I need your help. And you know, when we get there, he already knows. We're dealing with people with very limited funds, about to go on GoFundMe, and he sells what they need according to what they have. And ain't nobody ever gonna press you to purchase. We just don't do that. And we want you, because every scenario he's mentioned, I've been a part of, sitting in the funeral home up there where families are about to fight, where kids thinking one person is in charge and it end up being somebody. I mean, I have personally, through Community Church and friends of Community Church, had to witness this. Tony, am I offline yet? Get me offline. God bless y'all. Thank y'all so very much. Let's bless God again.
Thank you all. Okay, everybody got my number. Do I need to repeat it? Everybody good?